Hello there guys, this is Charles Reck bringing you another Assassin's Creed Valhalla video. I hope you've been enjoying the flurry of stuff that's I've been pumping out since I think yesterday or I can't I've been playing for like 50 hours straight cuz I really wanted to get back to doing videos before I get back to my work life next tomorrow and my second university degree. Anyway, um, just a short video to show you guys something that has been working really well for me as far as the game goes. Like I'm on maximum difficulty, never die, almost. I actually never actually take any damage at all from enemies, um, but I'm not doing this in a sort of presumptuous and arrogant. This is how you should do it. But uh, 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 I'm trying to just engage in a conversation with you guys to know what works best for you. And maybe you've got some suggestions that will be really interesting for other people to hear. And that's why I'm doing this video. But so let's start with me. By the way, this is not the tattoos is not to show off. I've actually decided to just make the outfit that I'm currently wearing invisible from the waist up because it's much cooler just to have the tattoos, and it kind of reminds me of you remember Baldur in God of War 4 when he goes to visit pay a visit to Kratos. He pretty much looks like this. Anyway, let's get right to it. The main thing is the equipment. We'll look at his skills in a second. So this is on sale at the store. I think it's still up for grabs, and it might be at a discount, which is the Draugr armor. Not for any particular stat reason, but because of its set bonuses, which you'll see work in conjunction with the weapon. So, with a melee weapon. So, increased attack when hitting a poisoned enemy, and an additional increase to speed and stun, which is very important if you're playing with shield, because if you parry, you want to be able to do a stun attack on them that will quickly execute them, and you hardly ever need to actually spam the attack button, the block, and then attack again. It's just wait for them to attack, and then you parry, and then you kill them instantly. Most of them you can do that. Anyway, so increased attack when hitting a poisoned enemy, and uh, lo and behold, enter the mournful cry mythical hammer, which temporarily poisons enemies. The wording is not very good. It When it critically hits, it starts. There's this green vapor that comes out, and then you can hit other enemies and poison them as well. It's not just one enemy. Um, uh, actually, temporarily poison your weapon. Yes, of course. Sorry, I haven't slept in 50 hours. I'm sorry. This actually makes sense. So the other thing is um, when you critically hit your opponent, there's a good chance you're gonna poison them. That's probably if, as a result of the crit PRE thing right there, which is a high number, I think. So it's okay. And once that happens, you're not gonna only poison the enemy unless you don't place a dot on them, but your attack is gonna increase. Um, in addition to that, if you're not attacking, if you're parrying, if you use the Blood Wolf shield and upgrade it to its maximum level, uh, there's a chance that you might ignite your weapon on parry. So you're actually using a poison fire playstyle, which is to me, it's awesome to watch. Because sometimes you can't actually, particularly the toughest enemies, like the ones the the heavy shields and or big ass buster swords or whatever. If you just if you just hit them once or twice with your weapon completely engulfed in flames, that helps a lot to decrease their health. Finally, so this is when you attack, which leads to more attack stat, a bigger attack stat, and also leads to a dot on the enemy. If you parry, you might set this weapon on fire, so you're gonna you're gonna burn your enemies. If you decide to dodge, if it's an unblockable attack and you dodge it just at the right time, and this again comes from the skills that you acquire via the skill trees, or they're like skill grids because they look like the ones in Final Fantasy 10, is the Spartan Bow, which temporarily increases critical chance after a dodge. So, um, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should use the bow, but I actually use it because there's another skill set. If you go via the wolf path, there's a skill which is useful to you, which is if you switch between ranged and melee during your playstyle. So let's imagine you poisoned the enemy, then you parried, turned into flames. You, you place the flame dot on him, and then you have to dodge because he's doing an unblockable attack. And then you take out the you take out the bow, and you hit him a few times, and then when you switch back to melee, there's gonna be another increase to your attack because of that skill. I could show you the skill, but the skill trees are endless. There are two skills here to bear in mind. One is that when you dodge, time slows down, so that's important. And the other is when you when you go one hand ranged back to one hand, your attack is going to increase for a short period of time, and then if you do that again, the buff is gonna reset. So, to me, guys, this is by far to me. I mean, I've experimented. I can't say in all honesty that I've really experimented with a lot with other things. I've experimented with a heavy shield. I've tried looking at the stats and how they would work of certain one-handed swords or any and other bows that you have here, like the predator bow is actually quite good. This Draco Hunter bow is also in the shop, nah, but this one is very good. And the Spartan bow is not. This doesn't come from the shop, I think. You buy it from the village merchants. Just a suggestion here: the Viper bow might be useful to you guys. Um, yeah, I should probably think about using this one rather than the Spartan bow. Well, now I definitely need to switch the bow because this one's way better. But thinking about my own playstyle, this is way better than this one. Anyway, you get the drift. Just a big, tiny look at the skills. You already know the drill, right? So this is, everybody's gonna tell you on the sites. This is melee. This is the Raven is stealth, and this is ranged. But they're not taking all they're taking into account are the abilities that you're getting from each in each tree. They're not looking at this. They're not looking at this or this or this. They're looking at the main abilities, and I'm sure they're correct in doing that. But I can get this is one of the bread and butter skills of the melee tree, and I this is all I have, like literally. There's a bunch more, and this is all I have. And so far, it's worked really well for me. This is supposed to be ranged, but the fact is that if you look at my gear, it's all wolf. Wait, what? Whoops. No, the bow isn't. But never mind. But wait a minute. Neither is this one. Never mind. But everything else is wolf gear, which basically, like, if you're in the um, skills, and you get a lot of this stuff: way of the wolf, way of the bear, way of the raven, which permanently increases your animal aligned gear. And if you have a lot of these, then it really doesn't matter in which branch you're in, so long as you combine that with the type of gear you're using and your playstyle. So this was just a suggestion. I'd love, as far as the the gear goes. I think I'm gonna switch to the Viper bow, to be honest. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on how things are going for you guys, what kind of playstyle you're using. If you're using dual wield, for instance, I have this question for you guys. Like, how are you working with that? I mean, can you? Because I've tried using it, it doesn't work. I can't parry with it while I dual wield. So what do? You dodge all the time. But if you dodge, you're wasting stamina, right? So is it kind of that like a bad trade off there? Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts on stuff like this, and which pathway you're going for in the skills. If you're going like a jack of all trades sort of thing, or if you're going like me, like 20% one, 20% the other, and then 60% wolf. Um, Love to hear your thoughts. As I said, as usual, if you guys like the video or have been enjoying the videos on AC Valhalla, please do drop a like, subscribe to support the channel. Your support really is invaluable. Can't stress this enough. Your support really do means a lot. It's what keeps streamers going, is the support from the community. But anyway, I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you guys once again for watching.